Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. This beautiful Sunday, sunny Sunday in South Carolina. Right after this, right after this live session, I'm going to take a walk around the park. I love walking on sunny Sundays. Okay, so let's get this going. Wait for some people to get in here. Let's see here. Home live. Pause that. Oh, mute that. Let that play. Take some time to let people get in here. Move that out there. All right, I'm just giving it a minute for everybody to get in here so we can get this started. See how today's Q&A turns out to be. Dang, everybody's taking their time getting in here today, huh? Must have had a long Saturday night. Oh, man. All right, welcome to another edition of Q&A Sundays. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. Good morning, James Stokes. Welcome. You're the first one in the room. Trying to make sure everything is set up here before we get started. Good morning, Quentin. Good morning. All right, it's not coming over to StreamYard here yet. All right, we'll see when those. It's taking its time, sweet time coming over there before I can see the good mornings on the other side over here. All right, there it goes. All right, welcome to another edition of Q&A Sundays. Today is the day where I will answer any and all personal finance questions, okay? For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt and finance and everything under the sun that goes down in value. That's where everybody lives in the debt matrix. The majority, not everybody. Let me stop saying everybody. The majority, 85% of Americans live in debt. Don't even know it. Don't even know they live there. That believe that the Matrix movie, that is real, but I just call it the debt matrix. Good morning, Mustafa. Good morning. Hello. Hey, check this out, you guys. Soon I'm setting up a call-in number so people can call in and ask their question, because some people just they don't want to necessarily get on camera and do it, answer the question, or type it here, and they can just call in and do it. So make sure I throw this up here so you guys know where to schedule your free consultation. When you're ready, you can just go to my website yourself, schedule your own free consultation at the time you want, and let's do it. We'll make it happen. We will make it happen. So, how are you guys today? While we wait on these questions. What's up, Mark? How you doing? If you're new to the channel, this is Q&A Sundays. This is where you can ask any and all personal finance questions. This is just a random, we're not talking about anything specific, anything at all. We might talk about a few random things, but a few things about what I discovered since I've become debt free. And it's always going to keep coming, right? Once you get out of the debt matrix, let me explain something to you guys that when you get out of the debt matrix and you figure out that it was just mathematics, is the only thing you had to do was use mathematics on your finances, you're going to be mad for a long time. Okay. You're going to be mad. And for me personally, I was mad for about a year. Okay. It took me a year to get over it. I was going through all these phases, because I started to see more and more and more and more of all the financial mistakes I was making. I started to see all the things that are being sold to us every single day. I mean, it's nonstop. You guys don't even get it. If you're in the debt matrix, you just believe it's normal, right? But once you get out of the debt matrix, you will see people in the debt matrix are being sold things 24 hours a day. It's nonstop and it's irritating. I mean, combined with the big boys, like when I say the big boys, I mean big car lots, big restaurants, big stores, Amazon, those are big boys. You kind of get, well, they're just selling to you, right? But then you got all the other people that are selling to you from MLMs. Everybody's trying to sell you life insurance. They're trying to sell you insurance where you can borrow money off of them. It's just non-stop. And I almost feel sorry for people inside the debt matrix that know something's wrong, but they can't put their finger on it, right? They just cannot put their finger on it. And they believe this is just life, and it's just not. It's not life. Trust me, it's not. What's up, Mark? Mark says, ever felt like seeing people in the debt matrix when we didn't speak debt free? Wait, okay, let me read that over. Mark says, ever felt like seeing people in debt when we didn't speak debt free brought you here? Kind of like you knew that you didn't want that life. I kind of get an idea of what you're saying, Mark. Ever felt like seeing people in debt when we didn't speak debt? When we didn't speak debt free brought you here. I'm assuming that you're trying to figure out. Say that one more time, Mark. I can't really. I'm not understanding what you're meaning. Happy December. Yeah, you're right. We're already here. December 1st already, man. Already. Hey, let me tell you guys this too. Okay. So sometimes I still watch a lot of Dave Ramsey, and I listen to a lot of people that have, and I want you, if you guys don't listen to Dave Ramsey, you need to go over there and check him out, because there are things I want you guys to see that a person's occupation doesn't matter, right? You automatically assume that if somebody's a doctor, they're rich, or a lawyer, they're rich. And I want you to jump over there, listen to Dave Ramsey, type in like student loan debt, right? So you can get all of his student loan videos, right? You will see people that are making $400,000 a year, and they're still in debt, and they still don't even know they're in debt. They're still talking about buying businesses, starting retirement funds, and all this other stuff, and they're like $400,000 in student loan debt. Now, the people I feel really, really sorry for are the people that have about $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $100,000 in student loan debt, and they're not working, or they have a minimum wage job, right? I feel sorry for them because they'll never be free. I mean, you can actually hear it in a person's voice when they know they've been beaten down, or you'll see like a doctor that's just got out of residency, is about to jump up to an amazing wage, right? But he wants to be part of the student loan forgiveness program. Those are slave camps. Those student loan forgiveness programs are for people that have given up ever paying off their student loan. So the last resort they believe is doing that. And it's just slavery is alive and well, people. All right. And student loans is it. That is it. If you have succumbed to believing that you're never going to pay off a student loan, you can hear it in a person's voice on those phone calls that they just have given up, given totally up. Nicer says, I'm good multitasking, watching live and Flintstones too. Okay. Quentin says, I got the black credit card in the mail yesterday, but they charge a fee every year to use it. Yeah, the black card is that's not free to have it in your pocket. All right. And honestly, Quentin, I don't do credit cards with fees. I just don't do it. I don't care what kind of perks they have. I don't care. I'm not paying an annual fee to have a piece of plastic in my pocket. I don't care what color it is. I don't care if it was purple. That color thing, Quentin, those are just selling things. You know what I'm saying? They get people to believe this particular credit card is special. If you pull it out, it only impresses other people in the debt matrix. If you pull out a credit card, or is Quentin, is that the one with that's made out of metal or something, or aluminum or something like that, and it's thicker? It is just the craziest, dumbest thing I've ever. I mean, dumb as far as the consumer side, but as far as business side, that's brilliant. All right. That is brilliant. Hey, look at this black card, and people pull it out. Oh, we got the black card. Why are you impressed? Why are you impressed? That's the bank's money. Okay, it just doesn't make any sense. Health, weight, and real talk. My student loan debt is $19,000. I think it's possible to pay it off this year. My salary is $45,000. If you're debt free, health, weight, and real talk, yeah, you can pay it off. But if you're not debt free, no. No, it's going to be very difficult for you to do that if you're not debt free. If you have other things, credit card payments, you got car payments, stuff like that. And I'm assuming if your student loan bill, is your student loan debt your highest debt? That'll be a good question. If your student loan debt is your highest debt, but if you were financially free, yeah, I'd say you could pay it off, 19,000 off. You said, I think it's possible to pay it off this year. You mean like before December 31st? Is that what you're saying? Because we're still in 19. So let's see. Mark says, before we knew about debt-free life, listening to people complain about debt made me feel something was wrong. Like I never wanted to complain about debt. Really? Wow, that's crazy. You know what? Hey, Mark, have you noticed how many people complain about debt? They complain about it all the time, right? They always do. But as soon as you try to talk to them about a solution, they don't want to hear it. That's how you know they really don't want to get out of debt. They just want to complain about it. Yeah, so hey, James Stokes says the fee is $500 a year. Exactly. I'm not doing that. No. If there was, now there's always something. I'm not saying that the black card is a total loss. If you could figure out how to do it to where you didn't have to, like, yeah, you pay the $500 fee, but if there was another way that the $500 fee is paid, but not out of your pocket, it would be a benefit. But unless you can figure out a way that something else or some other way is going to pay that $500 fee for you, I mean, I'm not impressed by a black card. I don't know what that means. It's just somebody else, the bank's money. So you're going to pull it out so you can brag about how much you can borrow with the bank's money with this card. It really doesn't mean anything, really. So Health, weight, fitness said, no, I'm not financially free. So that would be very difficult for you to do. I'm not saying it's not possible. And you're saying this, you said December 2020. Okay. All right. I would have to see your financials. I mean, I would have to see your money, because I'm not going to be able to, I'm not just going to be able to say that. And I don't know the rest of your financial life. So I wouldn't want to do that. And especially if you're not financially free, you can't do that. This is how you'll know if you can pay that off. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Now you take the money from that number, whatever that number is, you take that money and you use that money to pay off your student loan debt. All right. It's really that simple. If that number's in the negative, you have no money to pay off student loan debt. All right. And I want you guys to stay tuned tomorrow tomorrow evening, 5:30 Eastern time. I'm going to have a SMD family member come on and do an interview with me. His name is Fred, and he will be on 5:30 tomorrow evening Eastern time. All right. All right. Any other questions? Man, did people party hard last night or something? What's up with that? It is slow today. People dragging in. Am I on too early? People don't get up this early, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It is quiet. Got to switch it up here. Gonna have to bring on some more guests. And like I said earlier, I'm going to start taking some calls during the show to see how that works because I just want to see how the call because Dave Ramsey got a call-in show, so I want to see how the call-in show works. You know, that'd be cool for people just to call in. But like I said, debt is not sexy. It's not fun. It's not. People don't want to talk about it. But I want you guys to understand that even though I'm not as popular as most of these YouTubers or when I get on the show live like this, people are not really interacting. It's okay because I want you guys to see when you guys cross over to the side of debt free how much room it is over here. That's not a bad thing. I want you guys to understand it is not a bad thing. It's a good thing that I want you guys to see. There's so much room over here for you to be free, but you just got to get out of debt. Don't succumb to those student loan forgiveness programs. Quentin says, I put the letter in the trash. I'll just stick with my one and only bank credit card. Exactly. You don't need all that other stuff. You don't need to pay to have a piece of plastic in your pocket. You don't need it. Trust me, you don't need it. That's just a hyped up thing that they do, okay? Okay, it's Health, Weight, and Fitness says people are church or sleeping off a hangover. Exactly. Any questions today? Man, it's kind of quiet today. Hey, so check this out. Let me see if I can find something. While we're waiting here, I'll try to bring up something here. 1 second. Let's do this. This will be good. Let me find this guy I saw the other day. And we're going to walk through this together because I want you guys to see this. This is crazy. This dude is crazy. All right, here we go. Let's find this. Okay. All right, let me pause this 1 second here. All right. Okay, 1 second here. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right. Let's see. Tom says, I'm hungover but present in class today. All right, let's see if you guys can see this real quick. I want to try something here. Let's do this. Let's say share screen, application window, share. Let's see if you guys can see that. All right. This is a guy that, let me get rid of that so you guys can see. Okay. Okay, this is a guy, he's at $235,000 in debt. Okay, I want you guys to see something real quick here. Let's see. Can you guys hear that? When I play the video, let me know if you guys can hear the video playing, okay? Because I want you guys to see this. This is just crazy. This is just crazy. Let me know. Throw up a 1 if you guys can hear. If you guys can hear that. And it's still playing. Okay, let me see here. 1 second here. Oh, it's still playing. God, okay. All right, let me pause that. Okay, I'm gonna play this video and I'm gonna walk you through it. I'm gonna pause it through the video. We're gonna listen to what he's saying, right? And then I'm gonna stop it and let you guys hear from a debt-free perspective. Okay, here we go. Let me share the screen again. All right, here we go. That share. Hello. Oh, there it goes.
Her and I have been together for
Can you guys hear that okay? Because I know I'm doing a lot of, and you guys that are driving and listening, I'm trying to play a video in the background, and it's no sound. God dog it! All right, I'm not going to mess around with that right now because I should have had this prepared before I did that. But anyway, you guys need to check this dude out. Just type in YouTube, $235,000 in debt. This guy, you listen to him, and I'm not, again, when I'm going over videos, I want you guys to understand this. I'm not talking negative about anybody. I'm just letting you guys hear when people talk about this, what they can't hear. Like, just to summarize this video, this person believes that he has his parents paying for his student loans. He believes he doesn't have to work. He went down to halftime. He still wants to buy a house and start a family and all this other stuff, but he's in debt. And he really believes he has that option, but he doesn't. And he doesn't know he has that option. He doesn't know doesn't have any option. So it's just the craziest thing. All right, so let's answer some questions here. James Stokes says, when paying extra on student loan, do you have to tell them to put money on the principal? Yes. So good question, James. So when you decide, check this out. No, let me make sure I'm so you guys understand what's happening here. When you get to the point to where you're too scared to even look at the amount on your student loan debt, that's part of the system. They have you where they want you when you're scared to look at even the amount of student loan debt. You don't even want to look at it. You want to check on it. And if you do like most people, is automatically, and this is a natural thing to do. You figure, like, say like your student loan was $300 a month, right? And you decide, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and pay $400 a month, thinking, okay, cool, that'll pay it down faster. No, no, it's not. You must call them first, or else they're going to take that $100 and put it on interest, and they're not going to put it on your principal. And how do you know if you're doing this right now? How do you know if this is happening to you? This is the easiest way to tell if they're not taking your money and putting it on principal. And principal, for those of you that don't understand what that means the main balance on your loan. Okay. Interest is the money they're making off of the loan. Okay. For loaning you the money, they're charging you a fee for loaning you the money. That's called interest. Principal is the main balance. So when you make your regular payment, say like your regular payment was $300, they would put some of that on principal and then some of it on applied to interest. But anything like, so say like you pay $400, that's well over your monthly normal payment. So that whole $100 should go to principal. It doesn't. You have to call them and tell them first. And how do you know if this is happening to you? If you're paying extra right now and your due date keeps getting pushed further and further out. And when I mean by pushed out, so say like you paid the $400 like in November. Now your student loan payment is not due until January, right? And then you pay extra. Now it's not due to February. Now it's not due to March, April, May, right? It keeps getting pushed. They're putting your extra money on interest. You need to call them and say, do not do that. Okay. All right. Tom Petty says, LJ, were you able to look at the AirPods article on how much? No, not yet. I haven't been able to do that yet. You saw the video. Health Weight and Real Talk says, I saw that video and shook my head. He is delusional. Yes, he is. Now, when I watch stuff like that, Health Weight and Fitness, I try to, is this an actor? Because he was saying some things that just because I can easily tell people that really don't know. And then there's people that really just overboard and he's just too nonchalant. I'm starting to think he's an actor, really. He's doing things that don't make any sense. At the end of the video, if you go all the way to the end of the video, he talks to a different dude, and dude says, hey man, how you doing? You working? He said, yeah, I'm working, but I'm working halftime. Like, you don't really have that option to work halftime, and he's laughing and smiling about it and giggling. It just doesn't make sense. So I start to believe he's just he's an actor because it doesn't make sense. Hello, Brian. What's up? Good morning, everyone. I'm driving but listening. I hope everybody enjoys their day and have a phenomenal week. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Much appreciated. Tom Petty says, good morning, SMD family. Hope all are, okay. Nicer. Hope your phone is fully charged and you avoid the crap weather last night. Okay, you guys live in the same state or something, right? Nicer says, we all know you're just being straightforward, LJ. Thank you, Nicer. I appreciate it. You know what, Nicer? I always got to explain myself, but I forget I'm in my own channel that I don't have to explain myself anymore. Amina says, good morning. Good morning. Hey, have you guys been trying to share the channel? Because I really want you guys to see other people that don't necessarily agree with me come into the room and just say, hey, you know, I don't know, try to prove me wrong. I don't know, whatever. As long as they do it respectfully, I really don't care. As long as they can come in the room and say, hey, LJ, this is why I don't agree with you. This, that, whatever, right? So, all right. Darkman Jeff, how you doing? We need to get the word out there, man. We got to get some more people in there. Got to get some more people in the room. Nicer says, I checked out the Solo TV live last night. I'll just say them fellas really went in on a woman dating coach. It was brutal. They was wild. Yeah, I kind of watched that a little bit, but I don't know. I really don't get into that kind of stuff. That's just not my thing, you know. It's just talk. You know, it's like when you listen to like it's like when I talk about the average, right? When you hear the average car payment is $550, okay, these are numbers that can actually be calculated and say, hey, the average American has a $550 a month car payment, right? But when you talk about like dating coaches and stuff, you're lumping everybody in to say this type of person is this way and everybody that is in this group is that way. You know, that's impossible. That's not true. Everybody's different. Okay, everybody's not the same. You know, it's just, I don't know. That's just my thing. But, you know, everybody got their own thing. Everybody got their own interview styles, whatever, right? But that's just not me. But the reason why I chose savings minus debt, money, stuff like that, because it's undeniable. You know, it's like everything I talk about, I can prove. You know, I can just prove with mathematics. People cannot like it. I don't feel it's that way. You know, as soon as I start using the words feel, you know, it's just like, okay, then what you just come in here, you coming in this room to tell us about your feelings about it. Okay, cool. We listen. Well, how you feel about it? Do you feel debt's bad, good? Does it give you a heart attack? I don't know, whatever, right? What's up, Ken, the scout? LJ, hard keeping up with you. Just finishing up on your last live stream from yesterday. Just seeing you was live again, but here to support. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with this Q&A Sunday, Ken. And then we got an interview tomorrow. Thank you for doing the first one, man, Ken. I appreciate that, man. We got another one tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern time. All right, by a guy named Fred. Fred's been my client since I think he became my client about 3 months ago, maybe, or 2, maybe not that long ago. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I want you guys to hear from the people's mouths that, like, when they start to understand the language of debt free, how their experience is now when they get out in the regular world. Like, you don't really even notice if you've been in debt all your life. Put it this way: if you've been in debt all your life, right, you don't know you speak debt. Okay, I swear to you, you don't know you speak debt. How do I know this? Because I was in the debt matrix before I got out of the debt matrix. That's how I know I was speaking debt. I thought it was normal to go to a car lot and be there all day to finance one car. I thought that was normal. I would actually prepare myself to be at a car lot all day to buy one car. That just sounds like pure insanity to me today. You know, and when you're in debt, you can't see phantom income. You know, you just can't see it. Like, I always say this: when you finance a car, well, you finance anything, but a car is more prominent, so you guys can understand. When you finance a car, you're financing the taxes too. You're financing the taxes too. Tom said, LJ, funny thing. I asked my buddy who's part of the Apple ecosystem about AirPods. He said he hates it, but understands it. He lost one pair and will never do it again. Wow, he lost it. Ooh, can you imagine losing those $100 plus AirPod? What do they call AirPods? Yeah. Can you imagine that? You got to cry. If one, like, say, like you have them in your ear and one falls out and it falls down the grade in the sidewalk, or just you're walking and it falls into a puddle of water. When I first saw those, I was like, nah, man, those just, they just look like they're just going to be lost. And then you lose one, guess what? You have to go buy two more. Can you, and this is how you should buy this is how you should buy your AirPods, right? Just go online and look for people selling single ones. You know what I'm saying? But then again, nobody wants to buy used AirPods because they've been in people's ears, right? So nobody really wants to do that. It's just the Apple's making some money, right? People don't want to buy used AirPods that stick in people's ears because you don't know how people clean their ears or not. So they're just going to be like, nah, screw that. I'm gonna buy some new ones. Right now, let me tell you something. I bet you the money maker right now is this. If you collect single air iPods, right, and you figure out how to actually get in there and clean them properly, that'll be a money maker. Because can you only imagine? Check it out. You buy somebody selling their single because they only have one. Say like they're selling a single one and offer them that you'll buy it from them, right? For $20. They'll take anything because they're pretty much useless sitting in their room. So they'll take $20. Remember, never forget the majority of people are in debt. So they will take $20, $30 for a single iPod because it's just sitting there anyway. They might as well get $20 for it. And then they sell it, give it to you. You figure out how to clean it and you buy all these single ones. You just match them up and sell them at full price. Look at that. That's a money maker. That's what you see. Hell, I might do that. Look into that and see if you can get in there and clean them things properly. I don't know. The Scout says, it's funny, since having you help assist me to eliminate my debt, I'm obsessed. Thanks, bro. Yeah, man. Hey, check it out. Ken, check it out. It's not even an obsession, man. It's just your lifestyle. It's just my lifestyle. You can't even help it. It's just the way we live now. It is. And during our interview, I didn't know you were only 2 months in. You haven't even scratched the surface yet, Ken. You haven't even scratched the surface. You were just 2 months in before that happened. Once you pay this off, man, it's going to be a whole new world. The financial world is it's lovely, man. It's lovely. And you're going to start seeing the bigger picture. Okay. And when I say the bigger picture, I mean like this. You will understand that the division of politics, Democrat, Republican, religion, race, and all this other, those are all distractions from seeing the bigger picture. Go up a level and understand. And when I mean by go up a level and realize debt, money, all it sees is green. It's the colorblind slave master. All it sees is green. It doesn't care what color you are, race, transgender, gay, straight, black, white. It doesn't. Just stop. Those are obstacles. Those are diversions to keep your attention not focused on what the main thing is. The main thing is figure out how to become wealthy. Wealthy is owning the time in your life. Once you own the time in your life, the money comes and then you'll be rich. There's a difference between rich and wealthy. You notice how people try to interchange rich and wealthy? Those are not the same. That's why they're two different words. It doesn't mean the same thing. Wealthy means owning the time in your life. Once you figure out how to own the time in your life, you'll naturally become rich. It really is. Wealthy's up here, rich is just below it. Okay, you figure out how to own the time in your life, and riches will naturally come. That's how it happens. Okay. Nicer, but they get away with charging high prices like Beats by Dre. Exactly. But again, when you're financially free, you don't really care about the price of AirPods or Dre by Beats because you're never buying it brand new. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy it brand new. I'll just get online and buy refurbished from Amazon. That's all. They do it, the cleaning and do whatever, same guarantees, all that stuff, Tom Petty says that Nicer. Oh, he's talking to Nicer. Okay. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for, hit that like button. We got to get more people in here. I want you guys to understand how this all works, and I'm going to switch it up. I got to switch up the program. Like I said, I'm going to start taking some calls. I'm going to sign up for this online call conference thing so you guys can call in, ask the questions. But I need to get on more panels too, man. I got to figure this out. When I get off, man, I don't know if I'm gonna still be able to walk. It got cloudy real quick. Got to see if it's gonna rain today. Let me check the weather here. 33% chance of rain. Uh-oh. I didn't look at that. I didn't look at the weather. All right, let's see. The Scout says, a distraction you brought to my attention was muting commercials to figure out what they're selling. Now I never look at commercials the same. Exactly. Isn't that funny, man? You mute commercials and you're like, what the hell? Why is everybody smiling? Why is, especially like the medicine commercials. The medicine commercials are the worst, man. They're not worse, but they're good. They keep you focused on all the smiling faces on you totally forget those are actors inside of these commercials. They're all actors. They're all reading the script. They're all doing what they're told, right? But as they're saying what the medicine is and what it does, and they do this on purpose, they make a long name knowing that the majority of people won't take the time to even know what that name or that medicine is really for or nothing. They'll just tell you bits and pieces of what it's for, but the name itself, you barely know how to pronounce it, let alone look it up. They got it on lock. Quentin says, is it true that it costs $10,000 to buy into Chick-fil-A franchise? That's what I heard. I don't know that for a fact. But I heard there's a number of things that you must pass to even become a franchisee. You know what I'm saying? To be a Chick-fil-A. When I have enough money, I'm investing in a Chick-fil-A. I'm doing that for sure. Have you seen the lines on Chick-fil-A? And the one thing, check it out. The one thing that gets me the most is that they close on Sundays. Now, I understand they close on Sundays because of their religious reasons, but I see it a little bit outside of that. I see it as they're making so much money. They don't even care that they're closing on Sundays. Don't even care. Hey, this is what we do, period. Why? Because we're making so much money. It doesn't matter if we're closed on Sundays. See what I'm saying? That's when you just know. All right. You don't always have to. When you're out in the world, like when you're in the debt matrix, right? You really start to believe people, oh man, you must grind all the time. You must grind in your sleep. You must never sleep. You must when people are asleep, you're up grinding. No, that's not true. That's not true. Who wants to live like that? I don't want to live like that. People, you grow up, you hear, oh, you must work hard. You must work hard. And then all you got to do is look at the people that have been working hard for the last 30 years at the same job. Do they look like they're financially ahead? They look like they're in debt. All you got to do is look, and you can clearly see that that's not true. Ask somebody that's been working at the same job for the last 20 or 30 years, and you tell me if they're in debt or not. Do they look like they're happy? No. Once you're outside the debt matrix, let me give you guys through personal experience, okay? I couldn't even imagine driving to the same building, walking through the same doors, sitting down at the same desk for 30 years? No, I'm not doing that. No, sir. Not doing any of that. Not doing any of that. Dark Man Jeff says it's going to rain crazy down here today. Yeah, I'm looking at it, Dark Man. I see it, man. And like I said, I was going to go walking outside today, but those clouds rolled in. It was sunny this morning, though. That's why I thought it was going to be cool. Of course, I'm in the same region as you. Yep, you sure are. Tom Petty says, I don't watch TV, but I go to parents' house and I see all the ads. It blows my mind at the crap they try and sell you, then try and rush you through all the side effects, and then may occur. Exactly. They rush through it real quick. But they know, Tom, they know to say the things slowly that people want to hear, their ailments or whatever, and say, hey, if you have this, that, this, and that, and that, this pill will fix it. I get it. It's all about business. Now you can hear it. You can hear it, Rod. You can hear what they're saying now because you're starting to understand the language of debt free. But once you're totally out of the matrix, right? Once you're totally out, you use what you can see and hear now, and you just mimic them. You don't even really need to go to some top firm ad agencies. You watch the big boys on TV and just mimic them. That's all. Darkman Jeff says Chick-fil-A going to let people go to Popeyes so they can fight over chicken sandwiches. Exactly. I guarantee you this, Darkman Jeff, you will never see Chick-fil-A doing any nonsense like that. No, sir. They won't be doing none of that type of nonsense. Chick-fil-A thinks long term. Okay, you could just tell that company thinks long term. Their service, they're a fast food place with impeccable service. Okay, every time you drive by a Chick-fil-A, you look over, their 2 drive-through lanes are full all the time. They got people guiding it. They got people working at Chick-fil-A that are guiding the drive-through traffic. Come on, man. Save up your money, get you a Chick-fil-A. You can't lose. You cannot lose. Nicer says, I'm going to leave your channel link on Immortal Minds channel. I like his channel. Thank you, Nicer, for pointing me his way. You two collabing on a video would be so dope. You know what? You're right. You know what? When you gave me the link to his video, Nicer, I went and checked him out. He understands the language. That's true. You can't fake this. You can't fake it. I could tell he's already there mentally. He's already there. He's probably already, he goes even a little deeper than I do with going back into and I'm not saying that it's wrong, right? I don't know because I'm not that deep. But when he's talking about money, he understands he understands the language. And yeah, thank you for doing that. Do that on his. I hope he sees it because I don't know how many emails or links he sees, but that would be cool. I would love to collab with him for sure. Yeah, I caught on to the fast talking too. Nicer says, yep. Birth of the Cool 82. What's up? How you doing? What are your thoughts on leverage? I see people in the Black community telling people to leverage everything. I personally find it irresponsible to tell people that. Yes, and this is birth of a Cool 82. Okay, check this out. This is what I do when I hear people talking about leveraging. Okay, this is the only thing I do. I let them talk, right? They do this, borrow this money, leverage that, this and that. And when they're done, I say, let me see your personal credit report. That's it. When they're done, I say, let me see your personal credit report. Now, and this is what I'm looking for, so you'll know. Now, let me put this up here, Birth of a Cool 82, so you can know why I'm saying this, okay? Let's see. I should have had this up here already because people always ask that. Here we go. Oh, I got too many windows open. Sorry, you guys. 1 second here. All right, check this out. All right, check that out. Check that out, Cool 82. Okay. This is the reason why I asked to see their personal credit report is this. I don't want to see their credit scores. I don't care about their credit scores. I want to see their entire credit report. You see all those zeros? Those are zeros. That's what I'm looking for. So when I ask to see, now they're giving me financial advice talking about leverage, right? But if I look on their full credit report and they have student loans that are older than their children, they got collections, they got IRS debt, they have about 15 credit cards, they're all maxed out. They're disrespecting their own money. They're disrespecting their own money. How are they doing that? By not investing in themselves first. It's obvious that they have not invested in themselves first by being in mounds and mounds of debt. Student loans older than children. You go to college for 4, but you're paying on your student loans for 20. That doesn't make sense. CENTS. So I look at that and say, oh, you're not leveraging anything because you're in debt. You just believe you're leveraging something, but you're not. So I just stopped listening to them. That's how to tell between the people that understand what leveraging truly means versus people that are just doing it because that's what they heard. You know what I'm saying? All right, Black America says, let's get a Chick-fil-A together, Linnell. I'm not even close to being ready. I'm still investing in my business right here. So I'm going to let you guys know Chick-fil-A is not going to happen anytime soon until this takes off, okay? And you guys will all be the first to know when I do, because I'm going to invite everybody to come to it. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning. Welcome. See you out there in Hawaii. Tom Petty, I went through Chick-fil-A drive-through for the first time last week with a friend. And oh my God, they're so nice and polite. It blew my mind. It made me slightly uncomfortable, if I'm being honest. Okay, so tell me this. Why did it make you uncomfortable? Because you wasn't used to that type of service at a fast food place? Right? And that might be it. It might be because you're not, because I haven't been there. I think I've been there twice in my life. I'm not really a fast food. Chicken's chicken to me, right? I'm not going to Chick-fil-A because they have the best chicken in town. I just wanted to go see the service. That's all. Because you hear people talking about it, but I wanted to know why. So I went there, checked it out. I mean, their food's good, don't get me wrong, but it's just, to me, it's just fast food, right? But the service, people don't understand the service is excellent. They knew what to do, because you go to McDonald's or you go to these other, they put people at the counter. They put these kids at the counter that just don't have any respect for the customers. They act like you get these people behind, not even kids, this people behind the counter. Like, as a customer, you walking in, you want to feel like you're being, served because you're about to spend the money. But they got people behind the counters that act like you're disturbing them by coming in and purchasing something from their restaurant. I don't like that. I don't like that. And so I leave. I don't want to be standing around waiting for you to come up to get to the counter, even though I'm ready to buy, and you're sitting there talking to your friends, and then when you turn around and see me, like, oh God, okay, and then they drag their feet to the counter, and then I don't want to deal with that, especially when I'm spending my money, especially at just a fast food place. No, not doing any of that. Nicer says, yeah, I like how Immortal Minds adds a historical aspect to his topics. Yeah, he does go pretty deep. I ain't gonna lie. He goes into a deep historical aspect of it. And when I'm listening, I think it's cool because I can get that, but what I teach is such I know I can't start that high with my audience because I'll lose them. You start talking about the pharaohs and all this other stuff, people are just in debt. They don't want to even hear all that. If you barely even understand that, all it takes is math to get you out of debt. They're not trying to hear any of that. And I'm not saying his thing is wrong or bad or good. I'm just saying on my format, but I would love to go that deep with him personally because I would know what he's telling me. He might be showing me something that I'm not seeing because my eyes are always open to see what I can't see, because believe you me, I'm telling you guys, there's so many things that are in your face that you just cannot see, and you just don't even know. You don't even know. Jonathan says, Bronx, NYC, bless brother, great message. Thank you. Thank you. Tom says, exactly. The girl was so soft-spoken, and the guy that took our money was so freaking nice. It was Twilight Zone nice. It was weird. Ain't that crazy that we've been accustomed to see, this is why Chick-fil-A, okay, I'm telling you guys, okay, to master a business, you got to just understand the behavior of people, right? And you must look at the opportunities that present itself. So here's Chick-fil-A, and this is just my opinion, okay? This is just my opinion. I believe Chick-fil-A found a hole in the matrix that here are fast food restaurants that give people horrible service, okay? They hire these kids that just don't have any manners to deal with customers. You got to get rid of that. I mean, you got to either train them. If they're untrainable, you got to get rid of them, because it's nothing personal. You can't just, it's like this. For example, I went to a McDonald's the other day, right? I went to McDonald's and I see the people behind the counter. They're being so loud. They were being so loud, joking. Oh, ha, just yelling. And I'm like, really? Really? This is the party house or what? Or is this a business? Now, I'm not saying not enjoy yourself while you're at your job laughing and giggling, but these guys were loud. I mean, super loud. It's like we wasn't even here, you know. And there was oh man, and there's this one guy. Oh no, that was the customer saying that to the worker. No, that was different. Okay, but it was you. I just don't see that at Chick-fil-A. Well, I didn't see that the 2 times I went there, right? But when you're outside the debt matrix, I promise you guys, you can see, you'll be able to find whatever it is you want to go into business. Because I believe right now everybody knows what they would love to be doing as a business. I believe everybody knows that. But you know what stops them? They're in debt. Oh no, I can't make that much money. I got so many bills. I got to do this and that, you know. So and so they just put it to the back burner. Any financial questions? Any financial questions? Okay. We're only an hour in, man, and we don't really have that many questions. We're gonna have to switch up the program, I see. Let's see here. It's kind of quiet today, you guys. What's going on, man? And we're gonna just have to go an hour. Okay, we got 10 minutes left then. We're gonna cut this real short. We're gonna go an hour today. Got to get the word out for these Q&A Sundays, right? But don't forget, tomorrow we got an interview with an SMD family member, 5:30 Eastern time. I'm gonna sign up for this. Not yet, nicer. I was talking to somebody, but I'm gonna go ahead and find a local place just to print up a few shirts, and then I'm gonna just give them away for now, just so I can see. And I'm gonna wear a few just around town, see what type of reaction I get before I go in mass production. You know what I'm saying? Nicer says I had a cashier experience like the baby mama in that one Medea movie. I don't really follow Medea movies, so I mean they're not really that funny to me, so I don't really follow. We out of bacon, we out of ham. Oh man. Any personal finance questions, you guys? Any personal finance questions? Trying to get this but if not, we're gonna go ahead. I mean, it's not a big deal. If there's not, we're just gonna cut it short an hour. That's all. I don't want you guys to feel like you're pressured to do that. And like I said, next Sunday, I am going to have this. I'm going to have this call in, this number, so where people can call in with their questions. But it seemed like it's a slow Sunday today, so we're probably just going to cut it short an hour. We've got about 8 minutes. If you can get in your questions. We got about 8 minutes. Oh, yeah. I am not going walking today. It has gotten dark. Dark Man Jeff, you ain't lying, man. It look like it's about to start pouring. Holy crap. Yeah, no walking today. No, sir. Won't be none of that. Wow, it look like it's nighttime. It's so dark out here. Holy crap. All right, you guys. Any other questions? Any questions at all? And that's okay if there's not. Everybody's probably, you know, they got the holiday off. They're just enjoying sleeping in. Let's see. Tom Petty says, LJ, my girlfriend has been hearing your lives, turns to me and says, you know what he's saying is true? As a Muslim, we're taught not to be in debt and not to give our debt unto others. You better listen. Wow, that is cool, man. See how some people are just taught to know that? I mean, I wish I was taught. This is why I do this, okay? Because I wish somebody, hearing me listen. Okay, so, she was hearing you listen. Gotcha. Okay, I'm with you, Tom. And I wish somebody would have taught me. This is the difference between being taught this as growing up. She's a keeper. Nisa says she's a keeper. You know, the difference, I think, when you're taught this growing up, you believe it's normal, right? It is just normal, right? And so you believe, I believe, and I might be wrong, they probably believe other people believe this is a natural thing to do, but it's not. The majority of people are in debt, and they don't realize that. I'm going to take it to a higher level for you guys to understand, okay? Once you're out of the debt matrix, you can clearly see there's a hierarchy, okay? You can clearly see that there are rich, powerful people that you never heard of, right? I can see how they stay in the back shadows, but I don't even really think they do it on purpose. They just live a normal life, but they're make a rich, right? And people in the debt matrix believe, oh, it's the Rothschilds. It's just like, no, there's many families that are just as rich as the Rothschilds, but they just not out in the front like that. There's no reason to be out in the front of people like that. It's really no reason. And I don't really think they try hard to hide themselves. They just don't tell people, because it's really no reason to tell people. And you better believe the wealthy, it is dangerous. Once you're out of the debt matrix, you can clearly see it's dangerous not to have money, because you can see that, if you get in trouble, like say like you get pulled over and you get a ticket and you get some charges or whatever, right? If you have a good lawyer, your good lawyer can get you off of that stuff, right? He can just do it because he knows the law. I mean, you think about it like this. Police officers are law enforcers, okay? But they go to training for what, 6 months, 8 months before they get on the force. Lawyers go to school for years to learn the law. So officers are law enforcers. That doesn't necessarily mean they know the law. So if you have money, you hire a very good lawyer that knows the law. So if an officer happens to not follow the law, your good lawyer will say, hey, look at this. He didn't follow the law. Okay, he's off. That's how it works. There's no loopholes. People think there's loopholes, but it's right. If you can hire a good, high-powered attorney, he's good at what he does. He or she is obviously passionate at what they do, and they'll look for the mess up and say, hey, judge, look, this officer didn't follow the law. Okay, case dismissed. That's how it works. Really? But if you don't have money, you don't have the money to hire a good lawyer to look for that stuff for you, because you don't know the law, right? So it's really that simple. It's just, you just got to have money to do it. You got to get out of debt. Okay. Oh, Mark says, I'm driving in the rain, man. But have a good day, LJ and SMD family. All right. Nicer says, that must be how Somalians come here and are able to open up stores in a short period of time. Exactly. Somalians come over here. Check it out. And where I lived in Seattle and Kent, Somalians be buying up blocks. They be creating their own neighborhoods. And then, what's so crazy about it though? You got these Americans that be jealous of the Somalians creating whole neighborhoods. I'd be like, what are you jealous of? You jealous because they came over to this country and did it within 10 years? Is that what you're jealous of? I'm not hating on the Somalians coming over here creating their own neighborhoods. I'd be like, congratulations, man. Hey, I want to come. Hey, how'd you guys do that? Yeah, yes, come over. It would be a weird question, but you come up to a Somalian and say, hey, man, I know I've been living here in America all my life, but how'd you come over here 10 years, create a whole neighborhood? I want to know. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not even just the Somalians. I'm talking about different people from different countries. They come over here and create. You know what they do? They do it by not being in debt. The majority of the Americans are fronting, financing cars, clothes, Cadillac Escalades. Man. Black America says, I thought 13 families and the big banks and big corporations run the world. You probably think that because that's what somebody told you, but you'll never know we'll never know who runs what families run the country. You'll never know unless you're part of it. And if you're part of it, you're most likely you're not going to be going around telling people, hey, check it out, I'm one of the families that run the country. You're just not going to say something like that. Right. So, but you got to remember, they're not, I don't think they're greedy and, You know, TV will make you believe that the families are greedy. They're somehow keeping everybody else down and oppressed. No, the difference between wealthy families and not wealthy families is just mathematics. One family trusts math, the other family doesn't. It's really not that more difficult than that. It's really that simple. Darkman Jeff says, according to Dave Ramsey, the average millionaire drives a Ford F-150. I know a handful of white dudes that are well off driving Ford trucks in my area. I guess that if that's a statistics, right? But people believe all rich people drive Lamborghinis and Bentleys and stuff like that. I don't think that's true. That's not true. That's not true. I don't believe that. Like when I become a millionaire, billionaire, if I say like I bought a Ferrari, I would let them take that thing on tour so I can make money from it. I'm not going to be driving a Ferrari around because that's just too much attention, man. If 85% of Americans are in debt, right? And you're driving around a $200,000-$300,000 car and people can't even afford a house that's that much. No, I'm not doing any of that. No, sir. It's you're just riding around so people look at you and like, ooh, who's that? But other than that, after you get out the car, you're just you again, right? So yeah, I got it. Like, for example, I have a 1995 GMC Yukon. Okay, 1995. All right, I drive that because I like driving it. Okay, I love the truck, and I keep it brand new. Why? Because I have no debt. I have no debt. So it stays looking new. All right, let me show you guys this for those of you that haven't seen it yet. I always show it so people can see it. 1995 GMC Yukon, okay? GT. Now I wanted this particular model truck because I don't see, first of all, you don't hardly see too many two-door GMC Yukons or Chevy Tahoes, right? But the GMC Yukon GT, you really rarely see. I rarely see a GT, a Yukon GT. Not many people have seen one, right? And I found one and I'm just keeping it. That's because I love the truck. 1995, right there. Does it look like a 1995? I mean, you could tell by the body style, but somebody would, if I told somebody the year of my truck, they would think something broken down, rusted out, tore up on the inside. I don't really have any pictures on the inside, but I'll take some pictures of the inside for you guys at another time. But it doesn't look like a 1995, does it? That thing is going to be 25 years old next year. 25. Black America says, Black Americans got $1 trillion in spending power, but yet we refuse to build Black Wall Street. Again, I don't really get into the color thing, Black America. I really don't, because it's a distraction. Okay. Debt is the colorblind slave master. It doesn't care what color you are. It doesn't carry black, white, green, gay, straight. It doesn't matter. All it sees is green. Once I stepped above the distractions, once you get up here to wealth, you understand how wealth is built. True wealth is owning the time in your life. Okay, it's true. And once you own the time in your life, riches and money naturally come. And then once you understand this and you get the riches and you want to go down and help a color cause like Black or Jewish or Hispanic, whatever you want to help, go and help them. But if you're down here thinking that you can't get ahead because of the color of your skin, you're highly mistaken. Now, am I oblivious to people that's trying to keep a certain race in a certain area? No, I'm not oblivious to that. But once you get over that and realize it's just green, all you do is, debt is the colorblind slave master. All it sees is green. Tom Petty says, LJ, here in Minnesota, that MN is Minnesota, right? We have the highest population of Somalians and Hmongs in the U.S. I'm not sure what that is. And guess what? They own They own so many businesses. It's crazy because they take advantage of their opportunities of the system. Exactly. And you know what's crazy, Tom? The Americans don't even see it happening. They don't even see it happening. It's happening right in their face, and they don't see it. They're too busy hating on them. Oh, well, those people coming over here, taking over our area and this and that. You better stop thinking like that. You better stop thinking like that and figure out how you're going to be able to get your peace, because if you don't, you're going to be working for them. Believe that. You're going to be working for them. And I'm not hating on the Somalians. Anybody that comes over here, it's about green. I don't care what color you are. If they're doing it, I'll be like, hey, man, how are you guys doing that? Yeah, I've been living here all my life. I've never bought up a block. And you did it in 10 years. How in the hell did you do it? I know how they did it. They're not in debt. It's not really that difficult. They know, see, the difference with them, but what they show us on TV, I don't know if it really looks like that, because I don't really go by what news media shows me what another country looks like. I don't fall for that stuff no more. But if they come over here and the conditions were really that hard, if you see where they come from and they come here, it's like a luxury. They're taking full advantage of it. Herbert Scott says, excellent content. Got to binge watch. Thank you, Herbert, man. Welcome to the SMD family, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I know I'm a small guy right now. I know I'm a small guy. Not many people know who I am or have my teaching style. All right. But it's only a matter of time. Darkman Jeff, boy, that whip clean. Boy, that whip clean. I know those country white boys are trying to get you off that. Yeah, get that off. Yeah, every day, Jeff. They ask me every day I drive it. Every day. I was going down the freeway last week. I'm driving along, me and my girlfriend's in the truck. I'm driving, and on the driver's side, my woman was like, hey, look, that guy's trying to get your attention. And we're driving, I rolled down the window. He was like, hey, dude. I was like, oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Oh, man. Just looking. I was like, cool, thanks, man. And then we're driving. I get that every single day. And the answer is no. Nicer says, yeah, the H-Mongs are tight-knit. What are H-Mongs? I don't know. I've never heard of that. What are H-Mongs? Tight-knit, and they stay far away from the debt matrix. I grew up with them and only once was invited in at home. They stick to themselves more than U.S. natives do. What are H-Mongs? Oh, Asians? What is that? Is that some kind of nickname for Asians? I've never heard of that before, ever. H-Mongs. Wow, okay. Wow, okay, whatever. Is that an offensive name to them? I don't want to be saying it and it offends them, because I don't know what that means. Nicer said, free yourself from debt, and then you can make an impact in your community if you got the activism spirit. Yeah, activist spirit. Exactly. That's what you do. You free yourself first, and then you can go back and take care of the community that you want. But you must free yourself first. You can't help nobody if you're in the debt matrix too. You can't help nobody get out of the debt matrix if you live there too. First, you got to know you live there. Thank you, guys. Hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please do not forget to subscribe. Right, just like Quentin says, the only color that matters is green. I promise you, you guys come to this room. Okay, I want you guys to understand this. Don't fall for the politics. Don't fall for the racism. Don't fall for the taxes are the reason they keep you down there. Everybody wants to look for a reason to why they can't get financially ahead. Everybody, oh, it's that. It's this politician. It's the taxes. It's because of the color of my skin. It's because the white man's keeping me down. It's because, stop all that. Get yourself out of the debt matrix first. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but I'm saying take yourself above a level. Okay. Once you get yourself out the debt matrix, once you start making money, and then you can come back then and make an impact on your community the correct way, with money, with real money. But don't try to, you can't. Oh, Mongs. Wow. The H is silent. Okay. All right. The H is silent. It's pronounced Mongs. Is that a bad term? Okay. No, that's how they identify themselves. Okay. All right. I didn't know. So I don't want to be saying something and I'm offending them. Okay. I know, right? It's crazy, but I get it. Tom says, I went to Como Park High School, I'm assuming, which mostly has Hmong kids. So I have a ton of Hmong friends who treat me like family and have asked me to go into business with them. Okay, gotcha. I'm trying to read two things at once. I got to focus in on one. Focus, Linnell, focus. Not trying to read two things at once. No, that's how they identify themselves. Okay, cool. All right, thank you, Nicer. I appreciate that. Mr. Napalm says, right, the H is silent. I remember going to school with them. They were cool and humble. Wow. Okay, I went to high school with a bunch of Samoans. Samoans they're cool with me. I enjoyed going, but they're all just big, and they're all related. They seemed like they were all related, and they were always cool with me. I you know. All right. Ms. Johnson says it's that victim mentality that will keep you there. I have a cousin that is filing for his third bankruptcy. He still doesn't get it. Ooh. And it sounds like if this is his third, I'm assuming he's filing chapter 13. I'm assuming it's chapter 13. Some people don't get it. They don't get it. And they don't want to get it. I remember my mom, I remember when I was younger, and she was doing the same thing because I believe back in the day, the bankruptcy laws were much different. I think you could file bankruptcy more often. Right now, you can only do it for Chapter 7. You only can do it every 7 years or something like that. Chapter 13, you can keep doing it over and over and over again because you're just trapped in the cycle. You don't even know you are. That's why people don't really even stop to say, hey, how come you only can do a Chapter 7 every 7 years, but you can do a Chapter 13 as many times as you want? Because you're trapped. That's why you don't really realize you're trapped. Oh, a 7. Wow. Damn. Okay. Ms. Johnson says a 7. Wow. You know, people don't really understand with the chapter 7, it can free you. It can free you, but people don't really understand that it frees you. People believe that if you file in a bankruptcy, that's why people don't really, you notice how on Facebook, nobody announces that they filed bankruptcy. They don't really talk about it, even though you can just Google it and see how many people do it. They think bankruptcy is bad. Chapter 7 will change your life forever if you know it, right? Darkman Jeff says, my uncle got laid off and saddled in debt, and every time I see him, he's blaming his issues on the white man. He got that BMW 7 Series in the garage, though. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? They don't even know what they don't even know what they're saying. They just want somebody to blame. And you know what's so funny is the politicians right now, they're taking advantage of the people strapped in student loan debt. I just saw a video on YouTube. Gosh, what is that? And I'll find the link. Anyway, it was these professionals. They were up on stage. Looked like some kind of BET. It was on BET, right? And these professionals, senators, people in politics, they're on this stage in very important positions talking about their student loan debt. Now you look at these people and you're like, hey, they must make enough money to pay off their student loan debt. Yeah, they do, but they believe that they can't. That's why they still have it. They have succumbed to believing that they'll never pay off their student loan debt. It'll take too long. They can't get a house. They can't do this. Yeah, all above is correct. But if you believe you can still get a house and cars and stuff while you're in debt, you are in the debt matrix. That's impossible to buy anything with negative dollars. It's impossible to invest in anything with negative dollars. It's mathematically impossible. Math clearly shows everybody this, but if they just choose not to use math, that's on them. They always want to blame somebody else instead of looking at themselves. Big B 103, they love those trucks. Those trucks are popular in the car audio competition scene. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I love the truck because it's the Yukon GT. You don't really see those anywhere. You know, and I get the youngsters, especially the youngsters, they be like, man, I've never seen that truck. I'll be like, yeah, I know. It was made before you were born. That's why. Oh, man. Tom Petty says H Mongs. You say it without the H. It's weird reading it. Yeah, Mongs. Wow. I wonder what that means, Mongs. It means Asians? I gotta look that up. I gotta Google that now. Tom Petty says the Hmong people are an ethnic group in East and Southeast Asia. They are a subgroup of the Miao people and live mainly in southern China, Vietnam, and Laos. Okay. Wow. I learn something new every day. Ms. Johnson says, as soon as the bankruptcy is discharged, he will go out and get another car loan for a new car, back living paycheck to paycheck. Isn't it sad to see that? Isn't it sad to see that, Alyssa? It's so sad. They learned he doesn't know he was free. And now I'm not, hey, check it out. When and just to make sure we're not picking on him, okay? When I lost everything in the 2008 crash, I filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy back in 2008, okay? I didn't know I was free. What did I do? I went out. No, I actually kept my car. I didn't put my car into the bankruptcy because I needed that car. So I kept making the car payments because I knew I would have the money to make the car payments because I was out of debt. I didn't have any other debt. But what did I do? I went out and got a secured credit card. I was trying my hardest to build back up my credit. Oh my God, I got to make a comeback. I didn't realize I was free. That's the debt matrix mentality. Here I am struggling paycheck to paycheck because I'm so deep in debt. I get a Chapter 7 bankruptcy because not everybody gets that. I want you guys to understand it. Not everybody can get a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. They're not just handing those out like candy, okay? They will free you, but I didn't know I was free. And the reason why I didn't know I was free is this, because I still have my student loan debt. It was still around $35,000, $40,000. That's why I didn't correlate the two, because I still had that much in student loan debt. So I was like, oh man, I'm still in debt. Chapter 7 couldn't get rid of that. But had I realized, if I paid attention and knew if I was out of the debt matrix, I would have known, hey, I'm free. I got all this extra money from my paycheck, put it towards my every single check, go to my student loan debt. Had I known that, I would have been free, but I didn't know. So I'm not going to knock him down. I'm not going to kick him while he's on the ground, but he just doesn't know. He's in a debt matrix, okay? Tom Petty says, yeah, most other Asian groups hate the homing people. Wow. Hate the Hmong people. I was told it was because the Hmong people fought with the Americans. Oh man, all that stuff in history. Yeah, they're mad at a certain amount of people because of what somebody told them in history. I just, that kind of stuff just doesn't make sense to me, right? This is a different time, different day. People change, people learn and grow. If we're humans learn how to adapt. Right? We adapt to change. That's because we're human, right? But if you get trapped into the history and believing everybody is still the same as back then, you're just trapping yourself. That's why people are still in debt. They still believe that debt is keeping them down, is divided by race, all this other stuff. Those are all distractions keeping you from building true wealth. Darkman Jeff, I pray I don't need to file bankruptcy. I know the difference, but rather have my paper right and be financially independent. You know what? And when I get on calls and consultations with people, trust me, there's some people I suggest, hey, you need to file Chapter 7 bankruptcy, because if you could put it like this, if you don't believe you can pay off all your debt within 10 years, I'd file Chapter 7. Now, I'm not saying file bankruptcy because you got $10,000 worth of debt. No, you just pay that off. You get a job, pay it off. And you don't want. But if you get so much debt and it will take you more than 10 years to pay it off, you file bankruptcy. Chapter 7. Chapter 13, no, 7. Quentin says, why do you think banks give out mortgages with people that have student loans? Hey, that's a good question. Thank you, Quentin. You know why? I'm going to tell you guys the reason why. Because they will never own that home. The bank will always own the home. That's why they give out mortgages to people with student loans that are older than their children. Because think about it logically, okay? Just think about it. If a person hasn't paid off a student loan in 20 years, say like their student loan's $100,000, okay? Let's just go extreme, 100K. If they haven't paid off a $100,000 student loan in 20 years, you think they're going to pay off a $300,000 house in 30? No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not going to pay it off. They're not. So the people that buy the home, they will go 30 years believing they're a homeowner when they're not. No, they're not. That's just what they believe. I'm going to say that one more time so you guys can catch it. If a person buys a home with $100,000 in student loan they have kept for 10, 15, 20 years, you think they're going to pay off a $300,000 house in 30? No, they're not. That's why the bank gives them loans. That's why. The bank knows right away when they walk in, even if they got a conventional loans, forget the FHA, let's even go to conventional, okay? Let's go like that. Let's keep these numbers simple so you can understand how this works, okay? And this is just my opinion. This is my mathematical opinion. And we're going to keep the numbers low. So don't trip on the houses, the amount I quote for a house. I'm just keeping them low so everybody can understand. If a person walks into a bank, okay, they save $20,000 for a house, but they have $100,000 in student loan debt, and they walk into the bank and say, "Hey, bank, I want a mortgage." The first thing the bank has to figure out if the person believes that they have $20,000 saved for a house, or does the person know they are $80,000 in debt? 20,000 minus 100,000 is negative 80,000. Do they know they are negative $80,000 in the hole, or do they believe they really have $20,000 in the bank for a house? Now, if they're at the bank already, they don't know that they're negative $80,000 in the hole, okay? Because they're trying to get a mortgage with no money. They have no money, yet they're trying to get a mortgage with no money, okay? So the bank is going to tax them accordingly. That's how they determine your interest rate, by you not knowing mathematics. So if you don't know that, they can throw in all kind of stuff in the mortgage. You won't know because you don't even know your own money. You don't even know that person doesn't even know they're negative $80,000 in the hole. You think they're going to understand all the stuff in mortgage paperwork? No, that's not true. They're not going to understand it. They're not even going to have a lawyer. They can't afford a lawyer. They're negative $80,000 in the hole. I would never buy a house without a lawyer, ever, ever. I don't understand that stuff. I'm gonna hire somebody that does. See what I'm saying? Tom says, LJ, how long ago did you decide to become debt-free and escape the debt matrix? And if you don't mind me asking, how long did it take? And when did you decide to do what you're doing now? That's a good question, Tom. Check it out. I woke up around, I'm gonna be 50 this month. Wow, it's crazy. I woke up around 41, age 41. And how I woke up was this. I remember sitting outside. I came off of work. I remember sitting in my car outside the gym because I used to go to the gym a lot right after I got off work, right? I remember sitting in my car looking at the gym, and I thought to myself, is this going to be my life? I'm going to get up, go to work, get off work, go to the gym, go home, go to sleep. Get up, get up, go to work, go home, get off work, go to the gym, go home, go to sleep. Is that going to be my rest of my life all the way to age 65? And I'm saying to myself, why am I still living paycheck to paycheck and I'm making $160,000 a year? How come? But here I was in my finance Lexus, living in a fancy high-rise building that I didn't own. I was paying for this one bedroom, one level apartment in Seattle. I was paying $1,600 a month. And that didn't even include the utilities and trash and all that other stuff. That didn't even include that. So I remember, and you got to remember, I didn't know I was in debt. Even though I was living paycheck to paycheck with no savings, I didn't know I was in debt. And I remember yelling to myself not yelling, but I was talking loud to myself in the car. I was like, this can't be it. No way. I cannot accept the rest of my life working at a place till I'm 65, and then I enjoy my life. I said, this can't be it. This can't be it. This can't be it. And then next thing you know, I just went home, started Googling, and then I came across Dave Ramsey. And once I came across Dave Ramsey was like, hey, and I'm summarizing, hey, apply math to your finances and you'll win. And it was that simple. And once I did that, I got out of debt. I just followed the plan, got out of debt. Then once I was out of debt, I can now see how the whole economy works now. It's crystal clear. I'm not blurred, and my vision is not flawed, nothing. But the reason and how I started this business, this is how I started the business. When I would say things to people that I've learned, when I say things to people and they would look at me like they didn't understand what I was saying, I knew I was onto something. Like when you walk up to a person and say, hey, and you could test these things yourself. I always say this, go up to somebody that you know who's a homeowner or believes they are, say, hey, you know you're not a homeowner if you have a mortgage. They will look at you with confusion because they have no idea what you're talking about. That's how I knew I was on the right track to the right business, because I would say it to them and they would look at me like they didn't know what I was talking about. Or they would say, you know, you hear people like this say this all the time. They'll, hey, man, I refinanced my home and I paid off my cars, right? Mathematically, they didn't do anything. They just believe, but they really believe they paid off their cars. Now, when you look at it mathematically, they don't own the house. This is why they're borrowing the money. That's why they got to refinance the house to pull the money out, because it's not their money. The bank is letting them borrow money on their asset, and the bank already owns the cars. So these people believe that they're going to borrow the bank's money from the bank's house to pay off the bank's cars with no money of their own involved. When I would say that to people, they would still look at me in confusion. I'm like, why are you confused? What do you mean? I have no idea. But anyway, I knew once I saw that they didn't understand what I was saying, I thought to myself, Linnell, you're speaking another language. That's why they don't understand what you're saying. Even though, and the best part about it, everything I'm saying, I can prove with mathematics, right? I'm not lying about anything. I'm not trying to fool anybody. I'm proving with mathematics. And they still don't hear it. Go out and look at somebody with the brand new iPhone in their hand, right? You say, hey, did you pay cash for that? They're going to say no. And then you look at it, then how in the hell is it in your hand? Oh, I didn't, man, they'll say just like this. Man, I ain't got $1,000 to put, I don't have $1,000 to spend on a phone. But you have it in your hand. Do you even hear what you're saying? No, they don't hear what they're saying. That's how I knew the birth of this business. That's how it was born. Because I was first inside of I was doing the food ain't my daddy, right? Trying to help people get healthy and blah, blah, blah. But there's too much garbage in there. People can, hey, be vegan, don't eat this, eat that, don't drink milk, drink water. You know, it's just too much stuff. And nobody knows who to go for or who to believe. They'll just look at the person's body and say, oh, they must know what they're talking about. Look at their body, right? But with this, I can 100% prove everything I'm saying to be true by using just mathematics, right? Tom says, also, how did you meet Solo? Oh, okay. I met Solo through Fresh. There's a guy that comes on here. His name is Fresh Prince CEO. He introduced me to Solo, but Solo already knew O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? He knew O'Shea, all right. But I met Solo through Fresh Prince CEO, and then we got together, and then and Solo also knew O'Shea Duke Jackson. So we just it was all in the same circle. But that's how I met Solo. Herbert Scott says, I have to complete an overhaul. I have to do a complete overhaul of associates. Most are convinced debt is good for investing in real estate or business. I got caught up in the philosophy. It's not good math though. And you're writing correctly. I'm just not reading correctly. Okay. I want to make sure I'm not having trouble. I'm having trouble reading. But check it out. Herbert, it's Herbert, right? Check it out. This is what I want you to notice when people do this. They always mix up. Pay close attention to people that mix up business and personal. They're interchanging them without, I don't know if they know they're interchanging them or not, or whatever, right? But people will say things like, and these are just statements. Hey, invest in this property, you'll flip it. You have the renter paying the mortgage, and those are all perfect scenarios. Yeah, I get it. Okay, yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah, all right. Well, I'll just let me just buy this $1 million complex and put renters in it, and the renters will pay my mortgage, and then I'll let. Okay, of course, those are all theories. Okay, those are all theories. But anybody that says things like that, hey man, real estate is use this as leverage. The first question I'm going to ask them when they're done, let me see your personal credit report. Their personal credit report will let me know everything. Let me know everything about that person. Let me know if that person even knows what they're talking about. I'm not taking financial advice from somebody deep in collections and student loan debt. I'm not taking advice from them. That makes no sense. CENTS. How are they going to talk about leveraging when they're disrespecting their own personal finances? They're not leveraging anything. If they're in debt, they are not leveraging anything. They are lying to themselves. When you get out of debt and you create a business, getting loans on the business side to use as leverage to buy other things, yes, that is 100% true. When you own your own business and you're borrowing money under the business for business purposes, the answer is yes. Okay. But if you're getting that type of advice from somebody in personal debt that's financing cars, got 15 credit cards all maxed out, student loan debt for the last 20 years, IRS collections, you better not take advice from that person. You better not. I don't care what they're doing. It doesn't make sense. If it doesn't add up, if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it doesn't make financial sense either. You better not take financial advice from them. They have no idea what they're talking about, not a clue, and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. And Herbert, you got to check it out, man. If you're in debt, you need to come see me. I can create a plan for you. And then the next time somebody approaches you like that, you'll know exactly who to trust and who not to trust. I'm not saying not trust anybody that gives you that type of advice. All I'm saying is ask to see their personal credit report first. Okay? First. Let me close these things. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to do a couple things here at once here. Here, I want you to see this, okay? Herbert, go there. All right. You can set up a free consultation right there. Go to my website, click on the button, get you set up. We can talk. I can create a plan for you if you need it. You know, that's what I'm saying. But math and money are one, Herbert. Math and money are one. The only thing that can separate math from money are feelings. Feelings are the only one that can separate math from money. That's the only thing. Nicer says, I had a revelation recently. My sales skills are trash, but after finding your channel, I realized I don't have to be good at sales. I just got to recognize who's in debt trouble and who's not. Exactly. See how that is? That's how easy it is. It's not even hard. It's not even hard, Nicer. When you're out in the debt matrix and you hear all these people yip yap and you think it's really complicated, like you must have some kind of special skill to even understand all of what's going on. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just need to identify math and money are one, and then you can identify all the fakers. There's a lot of fakers out there, people. I know you see them on Instagram and Facebook and even YouTube. You think they're living life lavishly. I guarantee you that's not true. The majority is not true. All you got to do is look at that personal credit report. And even if the people come over here and see my channel, I can see you. Fakers, I can see you. I can see right through you. And instead of getting mad at me, instead of getting upset like, oh, who is he? This is what you should be doing. How in the world can he see me? How does he know I'm up to my eyeballs in debt? How does he know? Because I know you don't know. You don't know. And don't even try to look. You'll never find it. I promise you, you won't know. But here's a hint. If this is you, your personal credit report will tell me. If it doesn't look like this, If it doesn't look like this, see all those zeros? You're faking. Don't pay attention to the credit score. Those are indicators. That means absolutely nothing. Please never associate somebody's high credit score with having money. Please don't ever do that. Okay. That has nothing to do with nothing. You want to see zeros. And then when a person says, hey, you let me see yours. Hey man, I have mine on my phone. You want to see it right now? Now I want to see yours. Bring it up in front of me. Herbert Scott says they blend the two, personal and business. Credit is the way of the world to them. Exactly. They blend them both together. They don't even, hey, Herbert, I guarantee you most of them don't even know they're blending them together. They'd be mixing them. Hey, what about this? What about investing in property? And which one are you, I want to go, which one are you talking about? Personally, or are you talking about business? Which one are you talking about? Because you're jumping back and forth. Quentin says, is that the original paint on your truck? Sure is. Yes, it is. That's the original paint. That's the original paint. I have not got it painted yet. I will though. But I mean, it doesn't need it no time soon. So I'm not really too worried about it. $19.95. That baby got me from this past July. Me and my girlfriend drove it from Seattle, Washington to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, without a problem. No problem. Without a problem. Any other questions, you guys? Any other questions? So like I said, don't forget tomorrow is going to be I'm going to interview a SMD family member. So you guys can get an outside perspective of how life has changed since becoming debt free, since becoming not even debt free. He's not even debt free yet, but to see that how his eyes have opened up to see the debt free world, see it in a different light, you know, because it's amazing, you guys. It's amazing. He says, wow. Tom Petty says, wow, that's crazy. And I never even thought about it. I got to read what you're talking about. If we escape the matrix and don't mind me asking. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Any other questions, you guys? We're about 1 hour and 37 minutes in there. I wish you guys on the phone or what you guys listening to. I wish you guys listening in your cars could somehow participate. That'd be cool. I think when I do that call-in show, that'll be you guys' opportunity to come in here. I'm gonna set that up. I'll probably be testing that this week. So you guys, I'll probably jump on in the middle of the week sometime just to test the call-in feature. So if you guys can subscribe and hit the alerts, so you guys will get those alerts just in case if you can participate in it, just to do the testing. But today seems like a slow day. But so I guess we're gonna cut it off early today. If you guys don't have any questions, we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Let's see. Danielle says, I'm using the article you reviewed on student loan with my college students. I'm using the article you reviewed on student loan. Oh, cool. Oh, wow. That is cool. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you for even sharing that. I appreciate that. I would love to hear their, oh man, that'd be awesome if I could talk to college students. Oh man, to help them right out the gate. Oh my God. I wish I could help the college students. But Danielle, let me know their response to, let me know how they're responding with you reviewing that with them. How are they receptive? Are they even paying attention? You know, or do they think it's just normal to have student loans for your entire life? Yeah, check it out. Nicer Solo TV gave me that idea. He said you should do a call-in show. So that's what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna set that up. Like I said, I'm gonna set that call-up number and all that stuff this week, and I'm gonna jump on. It's gonna be random, so I'm gonna just jump on in the middle of the week and just set your alerts, and I'm just gonna do some testing. So if you could help me, you know, that'd be great. Beauty Jock, good morning, welcome. all late and wrong. I got to be more aware of your schedule. You know what, Beauty Jock? I'm 10 a.m. seems to be the sweet spot for me. Okay, so when I come on during the week, it's usually at 10, and then even these Q&As are going to be at 10. That usually be that's the good spot. Nicer, y'all have a marvelous day. Okay, Nicer. Thank you, Danielle. Keep me updated because I am very curious about that. Because my ideal client, I wish I could. Well, not wish. I want to be able to teach college students. I want to catch like kids that are just going into the NBA. You know, like out of high school or out of college, in NBA, NFL. Baseball league, any sports related. If I can catch those guys at that age, just before they go in, I could change their lives, man. I could change their entire lives. All they got to do is just listen. That'd be that. Oh man, that'd be awesome. Any other questions before we get off here? Now, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, here's free consultation right there, savingsminusdebt.com. Reach out to me, schedule yours, and it's absolutely free. We'll get on the phone, talk about your financial situation, and we'll discuss your options, all right? And whatever I tell you, it'll be justified with mathematics, okay? So you'll know why I'm telling you or why I'm sharing the information that I'm sharing with you due to mathematics, okay? All right, for those of you new to my channel, all you got to do is Google that. You could find me. Okay, and here is my Cash App. Any donations are welcome. Just leave a note in there what I've done for you to even want to make you donate. Even whatever caused you to donate to me, just go ahead and put there. That's my Cash App. Here's my PayPal. Put that up there for you guys to donate or whatever you want to do there. No set amount, whatever you wish. But all I ask is just leave a note to why you're doing it, because that's what drives me, okay? Danielle says, did you see the video on the girl with $110,000 worth of student loan debt? No, there's a lot of them out there, you guys. And if you guys check it out, would you want me to like review those type of videos with you? You know, we could play them online, right? And then as we're watching it together, as long as they're not too long, maybe about 7 minutes max, right? And then watch along together, and then we can just discuss it as we're watching so you guys can hear from a debt-free perspective. Let me know if you guys want to do that. That'd be awesome. Snuggle says, when are you going to do the math and the financial comprehension class? You know what? Snuggles, man, okay. All right. You keep saying that, right? But all right, you tell me, Snuggles, okay? The math I'm going to teach is 1 + 1 = 2, 5 + 5 = 10, 20 - 10 = 10. That's the only type of math I'm going to teach. So you tell me, what do you mean by that when you're asking me that question? Okay, I want you to help me out. Help me help you. All right, help me help you. Yes, review those videos. Great idea. Okay, Quentin, I'm gonna do that, man. I'm gonna pick one. We're gonna start out with the $235. You guys can email me some good videos. Okay, here, let me throw my email address up there so you guys know. And then I'll pick one and give a shout out to the person that sent it to me. Okay, and then we're gonna review it together online. Here's my email. Okay, email me. If you come across some videos like, somebody in crazy student loan debt, send me that, and then I'll pick one. Keep it anything under 10 minutes, okay? Under 10 minutes, and then we'll go through it together, and I'm going to give you guys my debt-free perspective of what they're saying, what they're actually saying, because when you hear all these videos of people in student loan debt, a lot of them, when I watch them, a lot of them just want you to come and feel sorry for them that they're in student loan debt. It's just the craziest thing. Or they just want to talk about it because everybody's in it, They're not really looking for solutions to get out, right? They just want to talk about it, the struggles they did, and not, we'll go over it together. That's all. Okay. Dark Man Jeff says, I know a dude who is $150,000 in debt going to school for music. Yeah, exactly. He'll never be free. I actually, Dark Man Jeff, check it out. Once you get out of debt, once I got out of debt, and then I see people that are hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt. I literally feel sorry for them. I do. I feel sorry for them because they'll never be able to feel this freedom ever, 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 ever feel this freedom. And it's unfortunate, man, because it is so beautiful, lovely. I can't even explain financial freedom to you guys. It's very difficult to explain. The only thing I can do is show you guys. I can show you what it's like to be free. Taboo Smash says, hey, I have around $9,500 in student loan debt with interest, and I am in my junior years. Can you give me some tips to reduce it? If you're still in school, Taboo, like right now, I'm saying don't worry about it. You're going to school. I'm assuming you're a student and you're getting a degree in something. I hope it's relevant in today's marketplace. First of all, if you're going to college, I hope you're going for a career that's relevant in today's marketplace. And this is what I suggest you do, okay? When you graduate and you land that awesome job, you move back with your parents, okay? If you don't live there with them already, move back, pay them rent, and you apply every single penny towards your student loan. You don't buy nothing. You don't finance anything. You don't buy nothing. You take that brand new fabulous income and you apply it to your student loans right away. Paying off your student loans right now will catapult you financially ahead of the 45 million people that have not paid off their student loans. You'll be instantly financially ahead of all of them. Okay, that's the best tip I could give you. Don't worry about it while you're in school. You're obviously going to school right now for a reason, to land a job that's relevant in the marketplace. You land that good job, you get those checks. You don't finance it. First of all, you never finance anything. But don't be like the majority of Americans going out to finance stuff. Don't do that. You pay off your student loans. Snuggle says, hence why I said math and financial comprehension. They need to go together because a lot of people may know how to add, but comprehend what they are adding. We don't. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right. No, I agree. Okay, that makes sense. All right. I'm glad you put it that way, Snuggles. That makes total sense. Okay, I'll do that. I will do that. And that's the one thing I like about the StreamYard. I can make up a bunch of pictures and then flash them up on the screen so you guys can see what I mean. Okay, I got you, Snuggles. I'm with you now. All right. Nicer says, look at the LJ soon as you about to wrap it up. Everybody comes out the woodwork and starts chiming. That is true, huh? Everybody was jumping in there. Just joking, y'all. No, it's real, Nicer. You could say that. That's true. We're all family here. Tom Petty says, I noticed that too at Nicer. They just don't LJ to quit dropping gems is all. Don't want LJ to quit dropping gems. Yeah, I know you guys got to talk to me, man. My mouth gets dry for real. Black America says, do you do Forex trading? No, I don't. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. Nope. I don't do none of that. Forex. Is it Forex? It's Forex trading, right? Forex trading. Excuse me. Forex trading. I don't do Bitcoin. I don't do none of that stuff. Nope. None of that. And you got to be careful of the people telling you to do it. Anybody telling you to do Forex trading or Bitcoin, ask to see their personal credit report first. Okay. Always do that first. Anybody giving you financial advice, okay? Ask to see their personal credit report first, not their credit score. As soon as you ask to see it, they're going to say, oh, my credit score is this. You're going to stop them and say, no, not your credit score, your credit report, period. I will do that right now, Danielle. Danielle says, drop your PayPal in the chat. And you know what? This is what I'm going to do too, because I keep forgetting there are people that are just listening to me. Here's my Cash App. My Cash App is savings minus debt. My Cash App is savings minus debt. My PayPal is paypal.me/Lonnell, Lonnell. PayPal is https://paypal.me/Lonnell, Lonnell, for those of you guys that are listening. Cash App is savings minus debt, the word minus, let me spell that out too. Savings, SAVINGS, MINUS, DEB, B as in boy, T, savings minus debt. Thank you, you guys all. I appreciate that too. That helps me keep going because, again, I'm financially free. I'm not rich. Okay. There's a difference. Okay. There's 3 levels. There's wealthy, financial freedom, and voluntary slavery. Okay. That's the true 3 classes. I want you guys to understand. Poor, middle class, rich. Those are made up. Those poor, middle class, rich. That doesn't even exist. People in the debt matrix are the only people that believe that even exists. That doesn't exist. Let me tell you the real classes. The top one is wealthy. The middle class is financially free. The last class is volunteer slaves. Okay, that's the real classes. I promise you. Thank you, Danielle, for asking. Appreciate it. Any other questions, you guys? Okay, we're coming up on 2 hours. I'm gonna leave it open 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna close it down in 2 hours. Have you guys? Hey, check it out. Have you guys been inviting other people to come to my channel? See if, and what's the response been? When you guys now tell me this, okay? Tell me this. Did anybody that you have invited, right? And what's the response been? Have you guys been receiving any negative response? What has been the responses when you say, hey, check this dude out, man, LJ, he knows about finances? What have they been saying? Have they just not responded? Have they not even checked out the video yet? When you call, when you check on them, say, hey, man, you check out that video. Did they say, oh, no, man, I haven't did it yet. I was busy, blah, blah, blah. What has been the response? Let me know what that is. Let me know. All right, you guys, if not, we're going to cut this off at 2 hours, okay? 2 hours, 2 hours. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. Get those likes up. Again, if this is your first time in here, this is just a Q&A session, no particular topic. Anything question or finance, personal finance related. Any question at all? Okay, we're gonna cut this off at 2 hours. We got about 8 minutes. Any more questions? All right, and if you guys, what I'm looking for too is I'm looking to get in front of like colleges. I'm looking to get in front of students. I'm looking to get in front of age really doesn't matter. Age, the only thing that age matters with is how much time you got to become free. That's the difference. The younger people, the younger they know it, the earlier they realize this, the less debt they have. They can clear this up really quick at a young age and be rich for the rest of their life, be financially free for the rest of their lives. Okay. Quentin says, yes, I have shared your video. Most don't get it. Talking finances with most is a touchy subject. Exactly. And check it out, Quentin. Most people don't even realize even that part is by design, right? Calling getting rich a secret is they just call it a secret so people will believe it's a secret. Being shy to talk about finances, that's by design. We've been led to believe you don't talk about finances publicly with anybody. It's just, when you go get a job, right? They always say, hey, don't discuss your salary with other coworkers. Why? It's your salary. You can discuss it with anybody you feel like it. Why do they say that? You ever wonder why they say that? They make it sound like it's a big deal. Hey, you don't discuss your salary. Why not? Is that a policy somewhere? Or are you just telling me that? It's not a written down policy. You better believe it's not. You can talk about it's your salary. You can talk about it whoever you feel like talking to about it. But most people don't, They just don't want to, I guess they don't want to let you see who's paying who for what level, how much, this person's making just as much as me. I'm doing exact same. Well, we don't know if that person's doing a better job than you or not. Who knows? People just automatically assume that they deserve a certain amount of pay without the performance. That's business. Okay. All right. We got 5 minutes, you guys. So you got 5 minutes to get in some questions. I thank you guys for all participating. We're going to liven up the show next time. We're going to do a call-in show. Q&A Sundays is going to be a combination of questions coming in here, and it's going to be a call-in show, okay? We're going to switch it up, make it more fun. But don't forget tomorrow's show. Did I bring that up? Let me see. Tomorrow's show, 5:30 EST time. Let's see. What did I do with that? Yeah, there it goes. Okay. All right, let me bring this up. All right, tomorrow, SMD family. Don't miss tomorrow's interview with Fred. We're going to be discussing how his financial life has changed since being part of the SMD family. Tomorrow, 5:30 Eastern time. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. And you know what? You know what I'm thinking? I might have that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have that call thing set up for tomorrow's interview, because it would be awesome to be able to talk to him, ask the questions, and for people to call in as we're speaking, because we can both answer questions and all that stuff. Okay. All right, we're going to wrap this up, people. Thank you for everybody for participating. Thank you. Thank you, SMD family. Appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you. Thank you for everyone. Thank you, everyone participating as always. Quentin, Nicer, Danielle, Black America, thank you. Tom, as always. Snuggles, always. Taboo, Darkman Jeff, everybody, the Beauty Jock, Herbert, thank you. You're new, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And like I said, you got my email. If you guys come across some videos that you would like to discuss in one of the session, please do not hesitate to email me that. Email me that video and I will review it. If it's not too long, we'll go through it, okay? All right, there's my email one last time. You guys have a wonderful Sunday, okay? Have a good one. Make sure I got everybody. Okay, I did. You guys have a wonderful Sunday. All right, appreciate it. Bye.